Alrighty folks, Mr. Coleman here with a quick demonstration on how to use the QuickTime player on a Mac to record your screen. This presentation is actually currently being recorded with Screencastify, which I have another tutorial for. But if you are a Mac user, I think personally QuickTime Player is a much better option than Screencastify. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, what you need to do is go find QuickTime Player. Chances are it is probably already in your little bar down here, so you could just tap that. But this is a great time to show you another trick that you can hold down the Command key and press spacebar, and that will let you find anything on your computer. If you just type in the first few letters, well, there you go. So now you can find anything, not just QuickTime Player. With QuickTime Player up and running, what you're going to do to make a new screen recording is go to File and do a new screen recording. Now, before you just press the record button, there are some options. So under the options, I generally leave this one on saving to QuickTime Player. And the reason for that is as soon as I'm done with my recording, I would like to be able to review it immediately. But you could also just choose desktop if you would rather. I ultimately end up saving most of these to the desktop anyway. But since I like to review it right away, I'll do QuickTime Player. If you wanted to start recording the moment you press record, then you would do none. Otherwise, you can set a timer for like a few seconds. Maybe I'll set one for 5 seconds, just for funsies. Okay. If you are recording something and you're doing a voiceover with this, make sure that you do choose a microphone, either the built-in one or if you plugged in a microphone as well. In order to choose what part of the screen you are recording, that's going to be these two buttons down here. So one of these is the selected portion of your screen, which is great if you don't want to include things like your name and time and all the stuff going on in your taskbar. Or if you would like to just actually record the entire screen, full screen, well, there you go. Okay, so once you're kind of all set up and you're ready to go, you can just hit the record button, and it looks like I get the 5-second countdown because I set that up. So I'm just going to go ahead and switch to a different desktop, not that desktop, this desktop, and pull up a presentation. So perhaps I was giving a speech on ergonomics and how you can keep your body healthy during distance learning. And I'm doing my presentation, and I'm recording. Okay, well, and one of the nice things, of course, as well about QuickTime Player is that there is no limit on how long you can record, whereas the Screencastify, at least the free version of it, is going to stop at 5 minutes, which means I better hurry up and finish this presentation. Okay, when you are done recording in QuickTime, no matter what screen you're on, you're going to be looking for this icon up here at the top. I'll even switch desktops again. And by the way, if any of you guys are wondering, how is it that I keep doing this and switching desktops? It is the F3 key on your Mac. Look for the F3 on the whole function row key on the top. You can have as many desktops as you want. Okay, in any case, when you are done recording, you're going to find that little icon up here at the top, and you're going to hit stop. And again, because my options were set for QuickTime Player instead of just the desktop, I actually get to sit here and review this first. So I can kind of fast forward and go, okay, did I actually record everything that I wanted to record? Looks like I did. I'll even stop for a second and play some of this back. On how long you can record, whereas the Screencastify, at least the free version of it, is going to stop at 5 minutes, which means I better. Okay. At this point, this is just something that I do. It ends up creating an extra file, but at least I know where it's at. I like to go to File and Export As, and actually export this either as 720p or 1080p, depending on like what quality level you want or maybe who your audience is. Okay, and at least this allows me to give it a name pretty easily. So I'm going to call this one Ergonomics Take 2. This whole recording is a take 2 for me. I don't generally check this box. It might make the file size a little bit smaller, but it creates a lot of compatibility issues for depending on who your audience is. So I leave that unchecked. I just hit save, and it is going to my desktop. All right, save. And that kind of took care of that. So when I close this, what you'll actually see, here's my Ergonomics Take 2 that I just recorded. And one of these screen recordings, I think it's actually this one right here, is actually the original file. They're probably exactly the same thing, but that's just a process I like to do just to make sure that I actually know where my file is and what I called it. Okay, guys, I hope this was helpful for you. I'm going to go ahead and stop my screen share on Screencast.